Guys, welcome to the Big Man's Cabana. I'm your host, Matthew Lepore, and I'm on with Joe, which aka Gorilla M.I.L.F. That is probably one of the most prolific names, and I love seeing it up on my feed, just because of the simple fact that not many people have a name Gorilla M.I.L.F. Like, you were in my phone as Gorilla M.I.L.F.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just funny because whenever either you would be texting me and it pops up on my phone, so I was like, "Who's Gorilla M.I.L.F.?" I'm like, "Dude, bro, first of all, this thing's got 3 letters." But this is how I'm gonna identify him as, and this is how you have some cool ass fucking videos too on your page, and it's just funny because it's like, oh well, instead of saying Joe, it's just Gorilla M.I.L.F. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we're just gonna go into a bunch of stuff today. Talk about your shoots, and I know you have a movie coming up too. You don't have to talk about anything that you're not supposed to talk about. We'll keep that. Not that I'm a massive page or anything like that, but so when it comes to lifting, that's how you and I first kind of learned about each other and became friends and things like that. How did you get into the whole lifting scene?
The way I got into lifting is it's a pretty long story, but obviously time. So I tried out for the baseball team up in Monco.
Okay, nice, yeah.
And I actually did really well. Even the players were coming up to me and saying "Where have you been? Why haven't you tried out before? You're actually really good. And when was the last time you played?
Yeah.
Did you play in high school?" And I said, I haven't played since I was in 8th grade.
Sure.
Whatever. And even the coaches are coming up to me and saying the same thing. The fielding coach, the batting coach, and all that.
Yeah.
The head coach calls me and this other kid over, and he goes, "You guys didn't make the team." And I said, "Okay." And then the other kid walked off, and me and the coach were still standing there talking. I said, "Can I ask why? What did I not do?" Because
Sure.
all the other people were saying, "No, I did really well." And he's like, "Oh, you're just a little too overweight, a little too fat."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay." But in my mind, you watch on TV, there's every single kind of body type that can play baseball.
Yeah.
Literally anybody can play baseball.
Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big dude.
Jason Giambi.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the one guy plays on the Mets right now? Maybe.
Oh, the massive guy.
Yeah, he's just a ball.
I can't think of his name, but I know who you're talking about because I remember I saw a video on Barstool of this man just booking it to first. And I'm like, that's a big dude.
Yeah.
So
he's massive. And so I was like, okay, well, all right, whatever. I went home and I told my parents, and they're like, "What are you going to do?" And I was like, "I don't know what I'm going to do." I said, "I guess I'm just going to lose weight and then try out next year." Never tried out again next year. That at the end of the semester, I actually signed up for Planet Fitness, and I just started exercising and watching a whole bunch of people on YouTube to learn how to do everything.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that you said there, is I watched YouTube videos, and I tell this to almost every person. That's how I learned how to do podcasting and all this stuff. Is you can go to school for a lot of things. I'm still in school, all that kind of stuff. But the point being is you can learn so much on YouTube. Just if you have the willingness, which obviously you do, and the determination to learn, comprehend, absorb, and be coachable, there's a lot of things on YouTube you can learn how to do. I learned how to sew.
Really?
Shout out to me being a nerd. I learned how to sew and hem my pants off YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good skill to have.
Yeah,
as well.
But yeah, so you went to YouTube. So who were you watching? Who were you learning from?
Callum von Moger.
Yeah.
He was the real big one. Who else? And to be honest with you, before he blew up, and I'm not trying to sound like anybody, I did watch Chris Bumstead before he got famous. Yeah, I watched him. He was on there. Everybody in Callum's comments "Oh, you got to train with Chris. You got to train with Chris." And I was like, "Okay, who's Chris?" So I looked up who Chris Bumstead was, and I found him, and I was like, "Oh, he's pretty cool." And I watched his videos here and there. Yeah. But then him and Callum did a meetup in Gold's Gym in Venice, and that's when Callum tore his bicep when they were doing the 500-pound curl.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, Callum's been kind of downhill.
Well, dude, biceps are wild because most people don't even know you can really tear them. And when I see people at the gym or in comps or lines and wherever, and I see someone pulling mixed grip, and they see me cringe "Oh, was my form bad?" I'm like, no. It's just I have seen at least 6 occasions on someone's hair bicep.
Yeah.
For pulling make script. And it's fine, but like you really got to make sure like everything's in the right place. And most people get really nervous with the whole bicep thing because like it's like an elastic band that just runs up your arm.
Yep.
So I see a lot of people stop competing. Most people won't even deadlift again. And it's just it is freaky because I feel like people will like tear hamstrings, fuck up their back, and the bicep is what does it for them for a lot of the time. Oh man.
Yeah, it was bad because I think even in the video you hear like you can hear it pop a little bit, and he's like, oh. But it's always interesting to know like what if Chris was the one that tore it, and not Callum? Like, would he still be 4-time Mr. Olympia?
That's true.
Dorian won with a torn bicep.
That's
but
true.
Still.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's always funny because with Chris, I didn't really know. Now, to be fair, I didn't fall out of the bodybuilding scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know who Kai was, and a lot of those guys were like I guess Cali Muscle or whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know who Chris Bumstead was up until a couple of years ago, and I learned about him because people were calling him Daddy all over TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I thought Daddy was Ryan Reynolds. Come to find out, it's just, I'm like, dude, classic physique. Dude looked great. Heard he was a nice guy. And then that's when I'm like, dude, yeah, no, he's like legit. I mean, not that he wasn't ever not legit, but so you were following him way before he was like a big deal then.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't, like, it was like here and there stuff on YouTube. It wasn't like super anything at all. But yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, and you had a massive transition from your body type in the past 2 years, I would say.
Yeah. It's the end of 2020 is when I really started to like kick it in the gear and be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be bigger anymore.
Yeah, no,
I liked it.
Yeah.
I love doing it, but
yeah,
I can't.
Dude, trust me, I get it. So like that's my thing is like I had this like talks with Andrew and whatever it was, and I said, dude, you should totally cut down. I'm like, dude, but like I like being able to like be bigger and not be like overzealous and still, have enough physique to be like, okay, well he looks decent, but like, I can still bench 1 million pounds or like squat him. You know what I'm saying? But no, I remember when you and I did the mock meet at the gym, CrossFit Alcides. Shout out them. Thanks, Jimmy. You were a bigger dude. You didn't look bad. Like no hate, but like it was wild because I feel like I didn't see you for a while, and I was like one morning you came in, dude. You were looking good, dude.
Yeah. Like
no homo, but like you were looking good, and I was like, this man really taking it like a next step. And then now you definitely see your progression, like with your whole milk thing, and like you're really taking everything really seriously.
Yes,
and
raw milk.
Yes, and
does the body good. Good vitamins, good proteins, good fats. Drink it.
It is a fact. People always make fun of me, like so like all my buddies like when we play video games like however it is like at night, and I'll go for like for a drink. I'll get like a glass of milk, and then I'll think, yo, you're crazy, bro. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm crazy? Like it's milk. It's good.
Yeah, it's good for you.
But like, I just like it. I've always liked milk, and everyone always thinks I'm crazy. And then when I saw you posting about that, I'm like, someone is saying it, and I learned a lot. So I didn't know all that, but I just liked it because I thought it was just good. It's like milk to a lot of people is like milk is like soda to me, if that makes sense. Like, I just like how it tastes. But I'm gonna back on topic here. So you made this massive transition, and now you're seeing a lot of your hard work like pay off for you. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yes, you want to talk a little bit about that? What kind of just what you and I were discussing a little bit? Say like a month or two ago.
Yeah. So just with like the whole transformation thing, I weighed about 310 pounds, and by the end of 2020, roughly, or like mid 2020, and I was like, I don't really want to do this anymore, but I still stuck with it. I think when I really started to lose the weight, I was like 295. When we did the mock meet, I was 295. Okay, yeah. And I said, that's it. That I don't want to do that anymore because like my knees would hurt, my back would hurt. Really? Okay, yeah. All that kind of stuff, and then I just did like the simple like bro split kind of thing, just to like try and find everything. But then I stumbled across a couple Instagram pages that were talking about like heavy duty and like Mike Menser and Dorian Yates and stuff like that. Yates, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'll give this a try. Yeah. And I changed my diet along with it. I cut out I kind of went animal based, but it wasn't 100% animal based because I
lot
still
of people
ate
are doing
bread.
that now. Yeah.
Because I still eat bread. I love sourdough. I love rye bread, kind of. There's still stuff that I like that's not allowed, like rice and stuff like that.
Really? So you don't do rice at all?
Some people do rice. I do rice now, but I'm switching back because I think I'm getting a little too big. So,
dude, listen. I love. Well, okay. Also, I do have. So like this next combat, I do have to be bigger. That was discussed. But so I didn't know that actually. So you're taking out rice. Is it just the grain, or is it like something that you just not that doesn't play in the cards of your diet?
It's not the right kind of grains. So like the normal bread that we eat today isn't like necessarily the same as it was back a long time ago.
Sure, I can imagine that.
Just with like all the chemicals and stuff.
Yeah.
And
okay.
it's all GMO'd and so like sourdough, dude, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with rye bread. I don't have any kind of problem eating that. I don't really care. My whole thing with dieting is like, if it works for you, do it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, don't do it. Because like, I don't like vegetables. They make me feel bloated. They make me feel gassy. I don't like them. So I don't want to eat them. And then everybody be like, oh, you won't eat vegetables. How do you get your fiber? I'm like, fruit. You know?
See, my thing was I was almost eating too many vegetables, and I didn't have that protein.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the ratio to it, but like I'm talking like a shit ton of corn, a shit ton of broccoli, and it was just steamed. Like I fucked with it that much. And then I remember like at one point they're like, "No, dude, you either need to switch to bison."
Love bison.
Well, you can get it ground at Costco. Did you know that? And it's not
that
expensive.
Which one? The one in King of Prussia or the one?
I'm sure the one in King of Prussia. I go to the one in Pottstown.
Okay.
Well, not Pottstown.
King of Prussia doesn't have it.
Oh,
they don't have bison.
The one in it's not Pottstown. It's Lake Cap Road over in Saratoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you go to like the meat section, it's like right there. It's in like it's in like a little like 2 squared package. Ground that up. It's really good.
I can take it right up there. That's easy.
Yeah. So last time I was there, it was there and it was really, really good. But the only reason I did it was because a lot of guys are like, you should be switching to a lot of these animalistic diets, these meat diets.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? The carnivore diet?
Yeah, right? There's carnivore. I don't really like carnivore that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think there's now. I mean, anybody can comment and stuff like that. I could be wrong. I could not. I could be right because there's so many different studies that show different things. Too much animal fats, too much meat in the blood and stuff like that. Not enough like, other stuff like carbs and other things. It actually can like thicken your blood.
Oh,
and
interesting.
I don't want that.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I'm sure there's a difference between like people that are just like sedentary in what they do and people like us who are like genuinely active and like working out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There could be a difference because a lot of those studies don't necessarily show the lifestyle of who's being tested on. It's just a study.
That is interesting. So
yeah,
I want to bring. Oh, I didn't want to bring that up, but it does make me think. There's a lot of aspects to where people go. They have a sedentary life and they lift for like an hour, or not even like lift. They work out, which is great. Keep doing that, but then they don't see the aspect of, oh, I'm not making these gains. I'm not losing weight and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, what are you eating?
Yeah.
And then that question, because if I showed him my Instagram DMs right now, and I'm sure you're probably the same way, it's like, oh, how do I get bigger? I'm like, well, this is like the age-old story, eat more. But then they don't realize that, like, because most of their day is very sedentary. Like I'm a sous chef, so like tonight, I'm gonna be on my feet all day and then lift. And I'm sure like during your day, you're moving around and then you go to the gym for 2 hours. People don't realize that you still have to like watch what's going on in your mouth, but. It is. I'm glad you brought that up because people do have sedentary lifestyles and they think like 1 hour at the gym and then whatever they try to outwork a shitty diet.
Yeah, and you can't. You can't do that. And but yeah, my Instagram messages are always the same. Always the same. How do you get bigger? I want to get arms like you.
Yeah, who would be in your Instagram DMs? Anything. Hitting on, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people,
dude. Sometimes I comment, I'm like,
all guys, and like 2 girls, but which is like 98% men.
Yeah,
and that's not. I don't care. Compliment's a compliment.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care.
It is funny because I always see that meme like all over social media. It's like you post this cool picture, you like doing this or doing that, you're looking good, you're lifting something heavy, and it's always like you expect all these females to come at you, and it's just like just dudes. Yo, bro, I want to be big like you, which is cool. I love that. Like I love all the homies gassing you up, and I do it. Like I know I do it to you all the time.
Yeah.
But like maybe like one little bitch come this way, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Plus, like when I had that big jump of my lifts, I got like, yo, dude, what are you taking for a little bit? That I did get that for a short amount of time. Well, I wouldn't say short. I'd say like 6 months, but
that's the best compliment you can ever get in the gym. Yeah.
See, the thing for me is I don't have the physique like you, but like when I went to like the school gym, or I got it when I went to LA with some of the guys, is like you put a power bar and there's like 700 pounds on there, and then it's like, yo, dude, like, do you? I'm like, no. And then they hear my age and they're like, yo, you definitely. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you just know how to train because you're smart.
Well,
stupid.
I also had a lot of good people like take me under their wing.
Yeah.
Plus, I had people like you are stupid smart. That like they'll say something and I'm like, fuck, dude, he's right. I should listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you've been able to take all this stuff, all this knowledge, all this training, all this like attitude, and you've actually kind of trying to make a big career out of this.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get certified, and I definitely want to get I would love to be a personal trainer and help people.
Yeah,
especially with like my method, because it's easy. I'm in the gym. It's easy. You know.
I know what you mean.
It's 30 to 45 minutes out of your day.
Yeah.
And then you go home. Everybody's like, oh, I don't have time to train. I don't have an hour and a half to go in the gym. You do, but I can do that in 3/4 the time, whatever.
Yeah.
And we can get you the same results. Not the same. You're not going to get like me. Our genetics are very different, but it's just the fact of you can definitely get in shape with 30 minutes of high intensity training.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. No. And I always love that. Well, okay. But my buddy Kevin Nureski, months ago, I'm talking like maybe like a year ago at this point. He's like, dude, I want to get in the gym. I want to try some of the stuff that you do. And I'm like, well, then go to the gym. He goes, I can't, man. I got to be at work I think he was working at like 10 or 12. And I'm like, well, go before the gym. I go. I get there like between 8 or 9, depending if I can get my ass up in time.
Yeah. And
he's like, well, yeah, but then I got to lift and I got to go home and shower. I'm like, well, dude, then you go at 8. So for like months, we went at 8 o'clock. Now he's just, doesn't matter. He just goes. Watches what he eats. He looks really good. What was that? There is always things. My little sister's on my thing. But there's always things that people realize is exactly what you said. There's time. There is time. And yes, there are people that they're genuinely like is not time in their day. Sure. Yeah.
Whatever. But for the average person, you have 30 minutes. You have 40 minutes. It's not. You can definitely find the time to do it.
Yeah. So, how do you not feel with, like I was saying earlier, with all this whole progression, and now with this whole modeling career, kind of like kickstarting with you now?
It's crazy, because when I first started like the weight loss thing, even back in 2016 when I first started like exercising and stuff like that, and I never exercised like the correct way. I never watched my diet. I never did any of that.
Yeah.
Even like back then, I never expected it to lead to this. I never expected to go to New York for 5 days and model in front of an act in front of Hollywood executives and New York people and people in Asia and Europe. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
I did not get signed yet, but like my agent does work very hard, and I know that she's out in California right now, and like she's even still pushing for me out there.
Good, yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's insane, because I never would have thought that it would have gotten to this point. I mean, I'm not big and famous. I'm not in like Giorgio Armani commercials or anything.
Sure, yeah.
But I could be. Like,
that'd be awesome.
Within the next like 2 years.
And you said you got callbacks too, right? After the whole thing in New York.
Yeah, I got 4 callbacks from agencies in Hollywood, Tennessee, Minnesota, and New York.
Jeez.
And sat down, had a meeting with all of them. And the one out in Hollywood, he's the one that like really, really, really liked me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And,
is that why she's pulling for you out there too?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay,
he still wants me. Just I need more pictures and I need a little bit more experience, which is,
So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. Which is like I've only been doing this since the beginning of 2022.
Yeah.
So
fairly new.
It's not like I've been doing this for 5 years and he's like, we need more stuff on you, because then it would be like, oh damn, I suck.
You're slacking.
Yeah, but no, he's like please, get some more stuff. He loves the fact that I can speak German a little bit and I can read it. So that's even, because he's like, we like guys like you. You can definitely do a whole bunch of stuff. Well,
that's what's so cool. I just hit the mic after I said don't hit the mic. But no, that's what's cool about the whole thing is, and I think someone like me who really appreciates knowing you, and it's cool because like I see how hard you work. You know what I'm saying? And it's nice to see someone who practices what they preach, sees the benefit of it, and is really just continuing to stay consistent. And I think, like, especially for, like, not even just the podcast, but just in general, like, you are a good person for people to look at and go, that's someone I should emulate. Because you have Chris Bumstead, all these guys. Yeah, they're massive, but you, at your level, right, can be astronomical. And kids can look and be like, this is the guy who practices what he preaches, takes care of people, is a good dude, and they can genuinely look up to you. And you probably don't have any scandals. So, like,
no.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I have not gotten in trouble.
Good.
Never.
Good. So, let's say we get to that point. What's one of the first things you think you could do or change? If you could.
With what?
Let's say the modeling aspect. I'm sure there's things, and you don't have to say them, things you might not like. What is something that you would make, or, okay, you know what? We'll do it this way. What's something you would tell someone in your position that's still learning to maybe expedite their process, or that they could be doing right now to get to at least the point that you're at now? Some kid walks up to you on the street, goes, listen, Joe, I want to model, I want to lift, I really want to do this. Or let's say they want to get into the gym. Hey, Joe, I want to lift. I want to be like you. What is the first step that I should do and I should take to start looking like you? What would you tell them?
I would say find a plan, stick with it. You do not have to be in the gym 6 out of the 7 days. You can go 3 times a week. You can go twice a week. You can go once a week. You can go 4 times. Rest and recover. Make sure that your diet is good. You want to have good proteins, good fats. Cut out junk food. Don't eat snacks unless you have to. And good carbs, good quality food in general. I had actually had a conversation like this not too long ago, probably about like 3 weeks ago, where he messaged me and he's like, what can I do? And I basically told him the same thing.
Any progress on him?
Yeah, he's doing good.
Good.
He's getting stronger. My one friend, I actually have a friend in Sweden who asked me what to do. He's like, I don't have weights or anything. Like, what can I do? I was like, well, what do you have around the house? So he told me what he had. I'm like, okay, we'll just use that.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're a good influence. People want your input.
Yeah, and he just messaged me last night that he is getting stronger. He's eating a whole lot better. I mean, like, he ate good before, but he's definitely getting a lot stronger and stuff like that. He lives off moose meat and all that kind of stuff because he hunts with his brother and his dad. So
fresh meat.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And Swedish moose. I wish he could send it to me, but there's definitely probably some like health code violations and
bringing it across the border with. Yeah. Well, dude, you can't even bring sand back from Mexico.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how good that meat has to be?
And he always says I'm able to come over there whenever I want. So, and I do have a passport. So maybe one day over the summer or the spring I'll be able to get over there.
Have you ever been international?
Nope.
Oh.
Never been out of the country. The farthest I've ever gone out west is Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, when they had Six Flags out there in Columbus. Oh. Yep. Furthest south I've been down is Florida, but I was like 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, okay.
And most up north I've gone is New York City. That's it.
Okay. That's most up north I've gone. Wait, Connecticut.
Connecticut's higher.
Yeah. But no, that's fine. That's all right. You're going to be a massive movie star. You're going to go everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Start in Korea. Mm-hmm. Go from there.
Annyeong haseong, you know.
Yeah, I knew exactly what that meant.
No, it means hello in Korean.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Actually, I was actually just there the other day. I was
in
talking
Seoul?
I was just there, and I saw these people that I've known since I was like -1, and we're like super cool. Swear I'm not lying to you. This really happened.
I know. I saw your Instagram. You were there.
Yeah,
I saw your story.
Could you imagine? I was like, yeah, dude, I really was there. But where's like one place in like the world that you would love to see?
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah. Because that's my my family's from there, so that's where I want to go. I want to go to Bavaria.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
Go to Nuremberg.
Oh, nice.
Munich, and there's the one little town that my family's from. I can never remember the name of it. It's like 15 letters long, so I don't remember the town name. But yeah, I want to go over there,
dude. Now that would be cool. That's one place I would love to visit, but well, speaking of, Germany, you're shooting a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk anything about that, or?
It is a World War II drama, based in the Eastern Front, in like the Polish, Belarus, Ukrainian border area, like that area. I play a German soldier.
Nice.
And I met a lot of nice people. They're on there. 2 people that actually were from Germany. One was from the north, and then the other one was from they both were from the north. One was from Berlin.
Okay.
And then the other one, I forget where he was from. It was somewhere up north. I can't remember where it was. And they're very talented. I follow both of them on Instagram.
That's awesome.
The other one, he just did a play. And then he was actually over in Korea last month.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I saw him there. Him and I are good buddies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him I said hi.
I will.
The other one, he actually moved here, and he lives in Minnesota. I actually gave him a number to call about working with an agency. It was an agency that I got picked up with.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Again, you are looking out for people. I love that. That's awesome.
And I don't know if he ever got to him. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but I know that he always likes my stuff. That's cool. I can just message him whenever. But yeah, the movie, I don't know when it comes out. I know that they're editing it. It's filmed in a really neat way, and it is, I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is it going to be streaming on? Is it going to be in the theaters, or is it going to be?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into anything that get you in trouble. I
won't get in trouble. I'll get in trouble if I like describe everything that happens.
All right, cool. So just name and date everything. We'll just start from the beginning and then just read it down. Cool. But no, that's really cool. So did you ever think you'd be like becoming a model, doing a movie?
No.
Like, is it like surreal for you? Like, I know I've already asked because you and I have talked about this a while ago, but. Is it weird for you? Is it like, because I feel like for me, right?
Yeah.
I would not know how to like articulate that, So like for you, is it just like, is it weird? Or
no.
Okay.
I don't think it's that weird, because it's just what I'm interested in doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like how I got into it is like I saw the bulletin on the bulletin board at the gym near the scale. There's something just told me like, oh, go over and look at the board, and stuff like that. And I saw the agent's name, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll give her a call. So I gave her, I texted her, and I said, oh, my name and stuff like that. I said, I'm interested, like, I want to meet you guys. She's like, okay, well, before we meet, we need to see a picture of you just before you come down, just, whatever, fine. I sent them a picture, and she texted me back like 3 minutes later. She's like, you need to get down here like on Friday.
Nice.
And this was on Thursday.
Yeah.
And she's like, you need to get down here like now.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I can't. I work tomorrow, so I can come down Saturday. They're like, perfect. Get down here Saturday at this time, and we'll see you. Went down, basically like signed me on the spot
Nice.
to be with them. And it's been like that ever since then. In January, I did a little like audition thing in front of like some regional people from like New York and Philly. Would not say it's my best one because it was the first time memorizing a commercial, and I still have the commercial memorized. I didn't have to do a monologue, even though I have a monologue right now. I can't do it because it's very loud.
Sure.
Yeah, because I play like a schizophrenic, but I want to change it. I want to do something else, but we'll see.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and the commercial is just a Mr. Clean commercial.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, and it was really fun doing that in front of all the like the executives and stuff like that. But it was neat. But no, I've never expected it. Even when I go out in public, and I'm not trying to say like I get mobbed and stuff like that. But I went to Molly's over in Molly McGuire's in Phoenixville.
Yeah.
Probably about a month and a half ago. And someone actually did come up to me and said, "You were on Pawn Stars." And I said, "Yes, I was." I said, "How'd you know?" And they're like, "Because I saw you on TV. I didn't realize you were this local." And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "That's awesome."
That's so cool.
And was like, I'm not trying to say like, oh, that's my big famous moment. But that was like for that like, you know, my little 15 seconds of fame.
Well, you're gonna have way more than that.
In Molly's, like, and that made me feel pretty cool. I was like, oh my god, that's neat.
Well, you are the embodiment of like Superman too.
Yeah, I get the Clark Kent a lot. I get a whole bunch of names a whole lot of times.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's cool. So okay. So what was it like on Pawn Stars?
It was neat.
Was it really?
Yeah, everybody was very nice. I met a lot of nice people there. I met this one person there. We're actually trying to go antiquing up in Jersey, up near New Hope, because there's this one place up there called the Golden Nugget. They have a whole bunch of stuff.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's like a little flea market kind of thing.
Maybe I don't know.
And we're trying to go up there, but our schedules aren't matching up, so we gotta wait till next year to like probably like 3 weeks.
Okay.
To try and do something.
Sure. Oh yeah, I guess next year's tonight.
Mm-hmm. Who else did I meet? I met Rick. I met his son. I talked to Chumley. It was a lot of fun. It was cool.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's wild.
Yeah. It was neat.
So so did it feel like you were going into a pawn shop, or did it feel like, you know, you had to like?
Well, I mean, it was at the Air Museum or the Helicopter Museum up in. No, I mean it was just like their little USA tour.
Okay, yeah.
So it was neat. I didn't actually get to go into the shop because that's over in Vegas, and if I got to spend time in Vegas, I don't think I would have came back. So
that is my biggest fear is like if I ever go to Vegas,
And that's just for having fun. That's not like a gambling problem or anything.
No. I wouldn't judge either way.
Mm-hmm.
I know like if I go, I'm not like afraid. I guess I am afraid that like I'm gonna do something stupid.
Yeah.
Because like if I go out and like drink, like, you know, or I'm having fun with my friends, you know, there's Matt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's Matt, and Matt can. I won't do anything too illegal, like, you know, like I won't do like drugs or like fuck someone up, but like, you know, you probably have to put an air tag on me, and definitely gonna end up somewhere else. But yeah, no, I get it. Would you ever go to Vegas though?
Yeah,
you would.
I would go
just to see it.
You
have to gamble then too.
I'm nice at roulette, so.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Last
time we went to Atlantic City with my one good friend's bachelor party.
Yeah.
And I won $450 in like 15 minutes. So I was pretty nice at it. But the one guy that we went with, we're going in the Hooters. There's Hooters is like right here, and then on the outside there's like the slot machines and stuff like that. Yeah. We're waiting in line for like 20 minutes. And probably about like 5 minutes before we're supposed to go in, because there's like 10, 12 of us that are all there. Before we're all supposed to go in, he's like, I'm going to go play a little bit.
Okay.
We're like, well, we're going in like 2 minutes, 2 or 5 minutes. Like, hurry up. He's like, I'll be back. So he left. We're walking in. He comes back. We're like, "Did you win?" He's like, "Yeah, I just won like $600." 2 minutes. Like he just went down and played. Like I think he probably pulled it like a couple, like once or twice.
Yeah. Okay.
And won like $600. What the hell is wrong with you?
See, I get scared playing those kind of games because, like, slots or roulette or whatever, I feel like I don't have as much control.
Mm-hmm.
Poker, I'm pretty nice at. Not like the best. My one buddy Ben, who showed it to me, is wild.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing over at the one in Philly. Why am I blanking on it? Valley Forge.
Rivers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, he won like a K of like. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And a $200 buy-in. But like, I feel like I can sit across and like learn around, learn the hands. Like, when you understand the game, that's when it becomes hard. But I feel like I have more control because I can pull out. I can do what I need to do. I can look and kind of figure out where your hand is, like whether you have like Jack 10, figure you have like a suited pair. Well, you can't have a suited pair, but like a suited connectors. I don't know. That I feel like I have more control over, but roulette scares me, dude. I don't like not having that much control.
I love it.
Over you do.
It's the thrill. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's because there's the 50-50. It's either going to be black or it's going to be red, or you can be even more ballsy and put your chip on a number.
Yeah.
And I did that, and I did hit. I don't remember what it was. Good. I don't want to say like the wrong number and have someone be like, "Oh, that's not a red color. That's not a black color." But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I won like $400. It was awesome.
That's awesome. No, good for you.
And it was the same night that the Brooklyn Nets were facing an elimination game. Don't remember who they were playing against. Oh, this was 2021. Was it the Bucks? It might have been the Bucks.
I think it was. You are talking to the wrong person.
But it's the same. It's the same game. Kevin Durant, where everybody in the casino stopped. Even the dealers were all watching it because they'll have TVs on their.
Sure, yeah.
Everybody's watching it, and we're in Jersey, and the Nets were originally from Jersey, so everybody, I'm assuming, is a fan. And I don't remember who passed it to Kevin, but his foot was like this much on the 3-point line, and they needed a 3 to at least like get 1 point closer. Mm-hmm. He made it, but they counted as a 3, and then like, no, check the thing.
Oh,
when his foot was on the line like that, just like the tip of his shoe, and they called it back, and it was only a 2-pointer, and they lost. It was like everybody was like, oh my god, it was so much fun.
I wish I was more into basketball. Because, like, I feel like that's, like, the one sport, and, like, baseball, too, but, like, my buddy Gavin, he's super into baseball. But basketball's the one thing I don't know if it's because I wrestled in high school, and, like, I love jiu-jitsu and all that kind of stuff, that it was always the same time as basketball, so, there was beef with them, and maybe that turned me off of it, but do you follow a lot of basketball?
Yeah, I follow it a little bit.
All right,
very little. I don't follow it like I used to. Growing up, big-time Shaq fan. The only reason why I like the Lakers. I feel like him, but I mean, like, I do like the Sixers too.
Yeah.
Because growing up, early 2000s, how can you not like Allen Iverson?
That's true. See,
I had the sweatbands on my fingers. I had the sweatbands on my arms. Dude. Everything. I think I still have them. The Reebok, Allen Iverson sweatbands with the I and the 3.
Yeah.
Next to it. Oh my god! I thought I was so cool. Everybody my age had them. If you played basketball in the early 2000s, late 90s, and you were like 4 or 6 years old,
yeah,
you had it,
dude. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only reason I'm really a Sixers fan is just loyalty to Philly.
Yeah, you're in Philly.
Yeah, but no, Allen Iverson, and it's so wild because I do feel like I missed out on a lot of memes, jokes, because I don't follow basketball, and everyone's like, "Oh, they lost a 2-3 lead," or I forget what
the Warriors lost. They blew a 3-1
lead. And like I didn't understand. I'm like, I know what that means, but I don't understand the significance of this.
No team ever did that.
Yeah, so I just learned that literally right now as you said that.
No team has ever done that.
Wow.
blown a 3-1 lead. Yep.
That's so sad.
In basketball. Baseball, it has happened because in 2004, the Yankees did that against the Red Sox, and I cried. Yes.
That's right. Are you a Yankees fan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you see that door right there? That looks really nice, don't it?
No. No. Growing up, I played shortstop. Derek Jeter. That was my guy. I loved him. I got into the Yankees because of Babe Ruth, because we had to do a project on it.
Yeah,
so
I get it.
Got into him. I do not like any Boston team. The Red Sox, Celtics, Bruins. I don't even watch hockey. But I see a Bruins shirt and I'm fuming. I'm like, fucking hate Boston.
Hockey's the one.
But
No, dude, you're fine. No,
I do not like that city.
It's all good. This is supposed to be unedited, all unadulterated, so it's all good.
But if you're from Boston and you're looking for an actor or model, you can definitely contact me.
He'll like you then.
Yes, I'll like you. I'll live in Boston, but I'm it's whatever. Lots of good history there though. Yeah. Tons of it, and I am a history person, so that's my I appreciate the history of Boston. I just do not like the sports teams.
Yeah, I get it.
Clarify that.
So speaking of sports teams, I do have to apologize to you.
Why?
Okay.
Oh, because
you know how I give you shit about the Cowboys all the time? So I was reminded of it when I walked in here. If I told you I had a Romo jersey, would you judge me?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. So
I have a Tony Romo jersey.
That's all right. So years ago, I was infatuated with my third grade teacher. All right. She was a Cowboys fan. Everyone around here is Eagles fan. Now, I'm an asshole, so I went, I'm gonna let the Cowboys. It's gonna piss you guys off. I'm gonna have so much fun. So one Christmas, I got a Cowboys jersey, and I wore it. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, Gavin and I are doing a podcast here for Stuttering in Silence. Check that one out. He goes, "Is that a Cowboys jersey?" And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm a fraud." I think it's over here somewhere because I tried to try it on. Didn't go well. And he's like, "You're a fraud." I'm like, "I'm not a fraud. I'm an Eagles fan." He goes, "Burn it then." I'm like, "I don't want to burn it. Like, it's a jersey, you know?
Donate it."
He's like, "Fraud." I'm like, "Ah." So when you came here, I'm like, I guess I have to apologize because I guess maybe I used to be a Cowboys fan.
I have Eagles jerseys.
That's fine.
Terrell Owens, Donovan McNabb, and Deuce Staley.
I don't own an Eagles jersey.
Oh. Well, I could see where he would say that.
You
have a Cowboys jersey, but you don't have an Eagles jersey.
There's also a Roethlisberger jersey in that closet. Because I haven't lived in this room.
Yeah.
This is the room that I used to grow up in, which is why it looks so different now.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, you see that like arch? Obviously, they can't see it. I'll put it up in the post for you guys. See that little archway?
Yeah.
It used to be like the archway for Harry Potter for 9 3/4.
Really?
I was a nerd, dude.
Never got into Harry Potter.
I'm so sorry. You had a bad life, buddy.
It didn't interest me growing up. I thought it was weird.
I just give people shit because I think it's funny because like there's either they never saw it, or what I get more often is they hate it or they love it. There's really no in between with that. And have you ever seen the bit with the one comedian? I don't remember his name. I'll have to find it and put it up. He goes, "Harry Potter is Star Wars with sucky lightsabers." You ever seen that bit?
I don't think so.
Dude, I'll find it and send it to you, dude. It's so funny, but yeah. So I'm gonna wrap this thing up here. We're getting 45 minutes. Can you believe it's been that long?
It's not long.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like every time we get to like this mark, people are like, "Dude, I feel like I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Because unfortunately, I do have to go over to get to my barber because he's, Kevin's my barber.
Oh, okay.
He will probably beat the shit out of me if I get there late. But if you want to do this again, my friend, we'll definitely do this again. Real quick before we go, dates, ways people can contact you, different things that you want to bring up. Go ahead. I'll put it all up in post. So, do you want to go ahead and verbalize that?
Follow me on Instagram, just Gorilla MILF, all one word, Gorilla MILF, GORILLA MILF. MILF stands for Man I Love Lifting. It does not stand for the other one. Yes, it does. And I post diet stuff. I am not a dietitian. I just share what I do, and maybe it'll help you. I share lifting, Heavy duty, Mike Menser, Dorian Yates, high intensity training, 30-minute workouts. Contact me. I will help you. I will do my best to even maybe write you a program. You never know, but you got to pay me. Anyway.
Good. I was going to say they should pay for that.
Yeah. Acting and modeling. Don't put this part in.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm allowed to give out her name and stuff like that.
Okay.
But Gorilla MILF, best way to contact me on Instagram. That is.
Is there an email do you want to reach that? Do you have a professional email?
I do, but it's professional only for that kind of stuff.
Perfectly fine. That's totally fine.
If you're photographers, stuff like that. Instagram's the best way to reach me. I'm on there way too long. My statistics on there is like 5-6 hours a day, just because I have to be. That's it.
All right, my friend.
That's all I have to do.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for letting me steal you. Finally, you guys are seeing him.